We are living in a historical anomaly. For the first time in human history, we have entered an era where people are staying together not because they have to, not because of economic survival, not because of religious obligation, and not because of social pressure. People are staying together simply because they want to. And yet, paradoxically, this is the exact era where relationships are failing in the bedroom at an unprecedented rate. We have better marriages than ever before. We communicate more, we share more chores, we are more egalitarian, and we are more emotionally intimate. But our sex lives are dying. We look at our partners with deep affection, profound respect, and genuine love, but when it comes to erotic desire, the spark is simply not there. We have become excellent roommates, but terrible lovers. Why is this happening? For decades, therapists and relationship experts have told us that the death of passion is caused by unresolved conflict, hidden resentments, or a lack of communication. They tell us that if we just talk more, if we just open up completely, if we just merge our lives into one perfect, transparent union, the passion will naturally follow. But world-renowned psychotherapist Esther Perel looked at this conventional wisdom and realized it was fundamentally flawed. In her groundbreaking book, Mating in Captivity, she reveals a brutal, counterintuitive truth: the very things that nurture love are often the exact things that kill desire. The elements that build a secure, lasting relationship are frequently the exact opposite of the elements that build eroticism. Today, we are going to dive deep into this revolutionary framework. We will dismantle the modern myths of romance, uncover the fundamental paradox between love and desire, and learn how to reconcile the need for security with the need for mystery, so you can build a relationship that is both deeply secure and wildly passionate. To understand why passion dies in long-term relationships, you must first understand the fundamental contradiction at the heart of human mating. Love and desire are not the same thing. They operate on two completely different psychological systems, and they often require opposite conditions to thrive. Love is about closeness. It is about security, predictability, safety, and knowing. Love seeks to minimize the distance between two people. It wants to merge, to fuse, to create a we out of a you and an I. Love wants to build a fortress against the outside world. Desire, on the other hand, is about distance. It is about mystery, novelty, unpredictability, and the unknown. Desire requires a gap to cross. It needs space, air, and a sense of otherness. You cannot desire what you already completely possess. You cannot be passionate about something that is entirely predictable and entirely yours. Fire needs oxygen to burn. And in a relationship, the oxygen is distance, autonomy, and mystery. When we try to collapse all the distance between two people in the name of love, we inadvertently suffocate the fire of desire. We trap it in captivity. This brings us to the massive, crushing burden of the modern marriage. In the past, marriage was an economic and social institution. You married for survival, for land, for family alliances. But today, we expect our romantic partner to be everything. We expect them to be our best friend, our co-parent, our financial partner, our intellectual equal, our emotional confidant, our passionate lover, and our soulmate. We have asked one single person to provide what an entire village used to provide. And on top of all that, we expect them to keep the sexual spark alive for 50 years. Esther Perel points out that this is an impossible burden. No one human being can fulfill all of these roles. And the modern obsession with total transparency makes it even worse. We are taught that to truly love someone, we must know everything about them. We must share every thought, every password, every past trauma, every fleeting feeling. We believe that if there are no secrets, if there is total fusion, we will achieve perfect intimacy. But Perel warns that total transparency is the enemy of eroticism. Eroticism requires a veil. It requires a sense of mystery. When you know everything about your partner, when they are entirely predictable, when there is nothing left to discover, the erotic charge vanishes. You have crossed the bridge, and there is nowhere left to go. You have achieved perfect intimacy, but you have killed the desire. So, how do we reconcile the need for closeness with the need for distance? How do we keep the fire burning when we are living in the same house, paying the same bills, and raising the same children? The answer lies in cultivating what Perel calls the quality of otherness. You must realize that your partner is not an extension of you. They are not your clone. They are a separate, autonomous, mysterious being. And you must actively cultivate a sense of distance between you. You do this by stepping back and watching them in their element. Perel shares a powerful story of a man who was struggling with a lack of desire for his wife. They were deeply in love, but the sex was dead. Perel asked him when he last saw his wife doing something that captivated her, something where she was completely in her own world, separate from him. He realized he couldn't remember. Perel challenged him to go to a conference where his wife was giving a speech. He went, and he sat in the back of the room. He watched her command the stage. He watched her articulate complex ideas. He watched the audience hang on her every word. He saw her confidence, her intellect, her power. And when she finished, he looked at her across the room and felt a massive surge of desire. He realized that for the first time in months, he was looking at her not as his wife, not as the mother of his children, not as the person who asked him to take out the trash, but as a separate, captivating, mysterious other. This is the secret to sustaining desire. You must periodically step out of the fusion of we and look at your partner as an individual. You need to see them interacting with the world, doing what they love, being admired by others, being completely self-sufficient. You need to experience the slight, healthy pang of jealousy that reminds you, this person is not mine. They belong to the world, and I have to continually choose to win them over. When you recognize their autonomy, when you realize that you do not own them, the oxygen returns to the room. The fire begins to breathe again. But to truly master this, we must confront the clash between the domestic and the erotic. The home is the domain of the domestic. It is the place of chores, of responsibilities, of paying the mortgage, of managing the kids' schedules, of taking out the garbage. It is a place of duty and routine. Eroticism, however, cannot survive in the realm of duty. Eroticism requires play. It requires transgression. It requires stepping outside the rules of the domestic world. Many couples try to transition directly from the domestic to the erotic. They finish doing the dishes, they talk about the kids' homework, they check their emails, and then they look at each other and expect to suddenly feel a surge of wild, uninhibited passion. It doesn't work. The domestic mindset and the erotic mindset are fundamentally incompatible. You cannot go from the energy of a responsible parent directly into the energy of a wild lover without a transition. You must create a boundary between the two. You must create a sacred space for eroticism. This means leaving the domestic world at the door. It means putting away the phones, turning off the mental checklist of chores, and consciously shifting your identity. You are no longer the responsible homeowner, you are a lover. You have to actively cultivate playfulness. You have to allow for silliness, for transgression, for breaking the rules of your normal routine. Eroticism is not about finding the perfect position or reading a manual, it is about the quality of presence. It is about being fully, unapologetically in your body, disconnected from the anxieties of the domestic world, and fully connected to the physical reality of your partner. This requires a massive shift in how we view jealousy and possessiveness. Modern culture tells us that jealousy is a sign of love, or at least a sign of deep attachment. But Perel argues that jealousy is often rooted in the illusion of ownership. We treat our partners like property. We believe that because we are married, because we signed a contract, they belong to us. And when we feel that illusion of ownership threatened, we panic. But you do not own your partner. They are a free agent. Every single day, they wake up and choose to be with you. They could leave. They could choose someone else. This sounds terrifying, but Perel argues that accepting this reality is the ultimate aphrodisiac. When you truly accept that your partner is free, that they are with you by choice and not by obligation, your entire dynamic changes. You stop taking them for granted. You stop acting entitled to their body and their affection. You start courting them again. You start realizing that you have to continue to be desirable, to continue to be interesting, to continue to earn their desire. The realization that your partner is a free, autonomous being who chooses you every day is the exact antidote to the complacency that kills long-term passion. And this brings us to one of the most damaging myths in modern relationships, the myth of spontaneous desire. We are conditioned by movies and media to believe that great sex just happens. We believe that if the relationship is good, the desire will naturally strike like lightning, and we will spontaneously fall into each other's arms. But in long-term relationships, spontaneous desire is a myth. Waiting for the mood to strike is a fool's errand. In the beginning of a relationship, desire is spontaneous because everything is new. But after 5, 10, or 20 years, the novelty fades. If you wait until you spontaneously feel like having sex, you might wait months. Perel introduces the concept of intentional eroticism. Good sex in a long-term relationship is rarely spontaneous, it is responsive. It requires planning. It requires scheduling. People hate the idea of scheduling sex. They think it kills the romance. But Perel argues that scheduling sex is actually the ultimate act of commitment. When you schedule time for intimacy, you are saying, "This is important enough to me that I am putting it on the calendar. I am protecting it from the chaos of work, the kids, and the chores." You are creating a container for the erotic. And often, the desire doesn't start before the sex, it starts during the sex. Once you begin to touch, once you begin to connect, the responsive desire kicks in, and the passion follows. You have to be willing to start the engine before it warms up. You cannot wait for the engine to be warm before you turn the key. Finally, we must address the shadow side of all of this, infidelity. Why do people cheat? And more shockingly, why do people in happy, loving, secure relationships cheat? Perel has spent decades working with couples dealing with affairs, and she has discovered a profound, uncomfortable truth. People do not always cheat because they are unhappy in their marriages. Often, they cheat because they are unhappy with themselves. An affair is rarely just about leaving a partner, it is about leaving the person they have become. In a long-term relationship, we often settle into a rigid identity. We become the responsible mother, the stressed father, the reliable spouse. We lose touch with our own vitality, our own youth, our own sense of adventure. An affair is often a quest for novelty, not just a quest for a new partner. It is a desire to feel alive, to feel desired, to reconnect with a lost part of the self. Perel is not excusing infidelity. She acknowledges the devastating betrayal, the shattered trust, and the immense pain it causes. But she argues that if we want to understand the death of passion, we must understand the shadow of desire. The same energy that drives someone to seek an affair, the desire for novelty, for mystery, for feeling alive, is the exact same energy we need to bring back into our primary relationship. If we do not bring that vitality, that sense of adventure, that willingness to explore the unknown into our own bedrooms, we leave a void that the outside world will eagerly try to fill. As we conclude this deep exploration of mating in captivity, it is vital to understand that Esther Perel is not offering a simple, feel-good formula for a perfect sex life. She is offering a profound, complex, and sometimes uncomfortable reconciliation of two fundamental human needs. We all want the safety of the harbor, but we also want the thrill of the open sea. We want the security of knowing our partner completely, but we also want the mystery of discovering them anew. The secret is not to choose one over the other. The secret is to embrace the paradox. You must build a relationship that is deeply secure, deeply intimate, and deeply loving. But within that secure fortress, you must deliberately leave a window open. You must allow the wind of mystery to blow through. You must look at your partner not as a possession you have finally acquired, but as a fascinating, autonomous, mysterious stranger who you are lucky enough to be traveling with. You must stop trying to merge into one single entity. You must remain two separate individuals, continually choosing to cross the bridge between you. You must cultivate your own life, your own passions, your own independence, so that when you come back to your partner, you have something new to bring to the table. You must stop treating sex as a spontaneous biological reflex, and start treating it as a creative, intentional, playful art form. Love is a beautiful, secure, nurturing thing. But desire is wild, untamed, and unpredictable. You cannot domesticate desire. You can only invite it in, feed it, and give it the space it needs to roam. Thank you for joining this journey into the complex psychology of love and desire. If this counterintuitive framework resonates with you, if it challenges you to look at your relationship in a completely new way, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, love seeks closeness, but desire needs distance. Go forth, cultivate your own mystery, embrace the paradox, and keep the fire burning.